Hello everybody, my name is Raccoon Bro VA and welcome back to another reaction video. Smash Bracket, mwah, mwah. Oh how I've missed you, oh how I've missed you. It's been too long, my friends. And I've really been looking forward to this one because I could tell that there would be so much fun like going into this. It just seems like it's going to be like they're gonna go all out with just the wrestling moves and the different weapons, and I feel like these two will have a lot of energy bouncing off of each other. And like Nemesis narrating that trailer, kind of hyping it up as the announcer, it really got me even more excited for it. So with all that being said, let's get into the mayhem.
Who would win in a fight between Incineroar from Pokemon and Wolf O'Donnell from Star Fox? I'm Ink, and this is Smash Bracket, the show where we put every character from Super Smash Bros. Into a giant animated tournament.
This is a really good timing, by the way, because a lot of people wondered if Boba Fett was going to fight Wolf, and
near the center of the Milky Way galaxy sits a star system called Lilac.
So
this place
seems
is
like
home
a
to some
good
of the most capable pilots and mercenaries in the universe.
For Wolf.
But standing out among all of them is one of the most skilled and ruthless gunslingers to ever fly a spaceship, Wolf O'Donnell. Wolf is best known for leading the most dangerous team of mercenaries in the Lilac system, Star Wolf. This team is infamous for getting results no matter the mission, and doing so with ruthless aggression and masterful efficiency. Star Wolf has had a number of skilled pilots and outlaws on the team over the years, but they wouldn't be anywhere where they are today without the direction of their fearless leader. Wolf is an expert strategist, deadly marksman, and arguably the best pilot in the entire galaxy.
Cool.
When Wolf takes on a job, he won't rest until he's done everything in his power to accomplish the mission. We've seen him break and build new alliances, commit genocide, and even terraform entire planets to achieve his goals. When Star Wolf gained enough notoriety to have massive bounties placed on their heads, Wolf evaded an entire planet's military for long enough to overthrow an evil alien empire and clear their names. There's almost nothing that Wolf isn't willing to do for a paycheck and to prove that he's the best around. This is perhaps best on display when Star Wolf accepted a job from an evil genius space monkey named Andros, and together they declared war. But not just on one country or one planet, they declared war on the entire solar system. And you'd figure, I mean, it's one wolf and one monkey versus the entire solar system. It would obviously take about 5 seconds for the solar system to win. But no, it was actually close. And then a year or so later, Wolf went to war again, but this time with an alien race that was threatening the entire universe. And that time, he actually won and destroyed the entire alien race and their home planet in the process. My point with all of this is that Wolf is not one to be intimidated or easily put down. But that isn't to say that he didn't have rivals. Throughout all of these adventures, Wolf was always dealing with a force of mercenaries called Star Fox. As rivals, Star Fox and Star Wolf often found themselves on opposing sides of a conflict. Yet this rivalry is also one that drove both teams to constantly improve themselves. Star Fox upgraded their ships to have walker forms, so Star Wolf upgraded their ships to have a walker form. Wolf installed a flaming wolf head launcher on his ship. Star Fox gets heat-resistant armor. Fox kills Wolf's employer half a dozen times, so Wolf helps kill Fox's dad and never shuts up about it.
Jeez.
You'll be seeing your dad soon, Fox.
Both teams are a near perfect match in terms of skill, power, and arsenal. And being able to match Star Fox's arsenal is no small feat. Their signature R-Wings are one of the most impressive ships in the universe. But Star Wolf ships, called Wolfins, are just as impressive, if not more so. There have been many models of Wolfins and R-Wings over the years, but they've always been nearly identical in power, speed, and durability. The earliest models only flew around 4 times the speed of sound in atmosphere and about 10 times the speed of light in open space. But the fastest ships have been able to traverse the entire Lilac system in a matter of seconds to shoot down interplanetary ballistic missiles. And that's doubly impressive when you realize that this was before the teams even had aim assist in their ships. So Wolf had to be swinging around his body like a madman to hit these shots at interplanetary speeds. But the Wolfin isn't just fast. It can also take a serious hit and keep on chugging. It's been able to withstand an entire planet blowing up on top of it. Which isn't even the only time a planet has exploded on a ship like this. And keep in mind that this was all in the base model of the Wolfin. In Star Fox 64, Andros upgraded Wolf's ship to the Wolfin 2. This thing had increased stats all around the board and it was immune to nearly every method of attack in the game. That said, while Wolf ships can take a huge amount of damage all at once, its G-diffuser shields aren't equipped to handle sustained damage over time. And enemies have exploited this weakness on Wolf ships before, such as when Fox was able to shoot down the Wolfin 2 by exhausting its shields with a steady stream of laser fire. But even after Wolf's fancy new ship was destroyed, he refused to admit defeat. He went into hiding and became the ruler of a criminal hideout called the Sargasso
I
Space
can see
Zone.
why people
Here he
would
was the
have wanted
boss
to
over
fight
the
Boba
worst of the
Fett.
worst criminals and the best
Predator
mercenaries.
was probably
and he
the
took on the
better opponent.
title Lord Wolf. Here, he continued to hone his skills
my
as a pilot
gosh.
to become even better than before, and eventually joined up with Star Fox to take out that alien race we mentioned earlier, the Aperoids. But you
Good
can't wipe out an
old-fashioned
entire
enemy of my
universe-threatening race
enemy.
of aliens without a few tricks up your sleeve. Wolf's ship comes equipped with smart bombs, capable of instantly pulverizing small meteor fields, and dual laser blasters strong enough to destroy those same meteors one at a time. Wolf's favorite method of attack, though, is just throwing caution to the
Pulverizing.
wind and
Is that the
slamming
same
his
as
ship full
decimating?
speed into his enemies.
I know there's
He
a
calls this
difference,
attack his
like-
signature lightning tornado.
All those
Weaponry
words.
and attacks aside, though, the Wolfen can manifest barrier shields
The
that are
words
even
are
tankier
important,
than the
let's
ship
just say
itself.
that.
These barriers can stop shots from the Demon Sniper Rifle, a weapon capable of destroying the Wolfen in a single hit, which, again, isn't even something
Not
that an
bad
exploding
visuals.
planet was able to do. And Wolf got access to the sniper rifle and more when he joined up with Star Fox to fight the Aperoids. In the multiplayer of Star Fox Assault, which is canonically a real training session for the Star Fox team, Wolf
Good to
also
know.
has access to an impressive arsenal of machine guns, anti-aircraft missiles, grenades,
Sniper
homing
rifle.
launchers,
I
and
hardly
more.
know a
He can also
rifle.
summon a jetpack to allow him to
Nice.
fly around, and a cloaking device to let him turn invisible.
I
Wolf's also
see
got
your
his own
little
personal
jokes.
barrier shields that are just as durable as the Wolfen's. But even without those shields, Wolf himself is capable of taking just about anything that
gosh.
the Arwing can dish out multiple times over.
Poor guy.
But deadly weapons and impressive durability aren't what earned Wolf O'Donnell his reputation in Lilat. Wolf doesn't just set
Okay.
out to destroy his targets, but he makes sure to do it with a level of deadly skill and efficiency that no one else could even hope to match. He's the best at what he does, and what he does isn't very nice. Whether he's ruling over space pirates or wiping out an entire species of alien invaders, foes had better think twice before standing in the way of Lord Wolf O'Donnell. There are times
All right,
when all the bad
time
in the
for a
world
fun one.
seems to slow to a halt and people just become friendlier. For some, that may be holidays, for some, that might be family gatherings, or for many people, of course, whenever a new Pokemon game releases. Few franchises have even come close to rivaling the staggering success of Pokemon, which you
Jeez.
might be able to guess from the sheer number of fighters we got in Smash from the series.
I thought Winnie the
So
Pooh
allow
was the
me,
second.
once again,
Didn't
to
think it was
welcome
Hello
you to
Kitty.
the world of Pokemon.
We're almost through all the Pokemon characters. I
In
think.
the Alola region of Pokemon,
we
some
still
set
gotta
out
do
to become
Pokemon
the
Trainer
greatest
and
trainers,
Pichu.
breeders, or researchers. But one Pokemon stands unique among all of them, with the sole goal of making the crowd go wild. Meet Incineroar, the final evolution of the Fire-type starter Pokemon, Litten. Incineroar lives for the thrill of being
He would
center
totally be
stage
voiced
as
by
they
Patrick
wrestle their
Stites
way to
if
glory.
he
And you can
was
see these
able to
wrestling
speak.
influences not just in their flashy moveset, but throughout every element of their design. Incineroar is the heel Pokemon, which in the wild
nice
world of pro
transition.
wrestling refers to somebody that people love to hate. This kind of fighter makes the audience absolutely livid, but in the very best way possible. Heels are loud, braggadocious, and rude, but often these wrestling supervillains are just putting on an act for the sake of a good show. And this is the exact case with Incineroar as well. They may be rough-mannered and egocentric, but at their core,
God, they're
Incineroar
so
has
cool,
a heart
though.
of gold and loves the pure thrill of battle. In fact, they love fighting so much that they find beating down a weaker opponent boring, and they seek out a true challenge against the strongest of opponents. And it honestly takes a lot to find a stronger opponent than Incineroar, especially because they can boost most of their own stats and lower most of their enemies' stats by a factor of 4. They've been able to knock back ultra-heavy opponents with their signature spin, Darkest Lariat, and Incineroar is also tough enough to shake off some hits from even the strongest Pokemon out there, like Machamp. They're also fast enough to not even struggle with a Pokemon who moves quickly enough to be nothing but a blur. But should Incineroar find a strong challenger, they have plenty of tricks up their sleeve to hold their own even when totally outclassed. The move Endure lets them withstand an otherwise deadly attack, while the move Protect could stop these attacks altogether. Incineroar
protect,
can also
but
shut down
mostly
these
he
attacks
attack.
entirely with moves like Torment, which prevents the use of the same attack multiple times in a row,
Oh,
or
I didn't
Embargo,
realize
which
that
can
analysis
shut down
progress
any
bar.
items that the opponent is trying
That's an
to
interesting
use.
inclusion.
If Incineroar's enemy is darting around too quickly for them to handle, Incineroar could also
Makes it so
lower
I
the
don't
enemy's
have to
speed
check
with
the-
Scary Face or squish the opponent appallingly flat
the
with
timeline.
Quash, ensuring that Incineroar gets to act first regardless of speed. If the opponent is too durable to hurt by physical means, Incineroar can bypass durability altogether with attacks like Toxic, which poisons the enemy so badly that they pass out regardless of their maximum health in just a matter of seconds. And it's not just poison either, but effects like burning or paralysis also
status
shoot
attacks
straight through an opponent's durability. And
Might
that
make
burning
things
that
a
I
bit
just
more
mentioned isn't an issue
interesting.
for a champion as hot as Incineroar. They're able to shoot fire hot enough to melt
hot.
solid steel out of their belly button. Pokemon why are you the way that you are? They can also focus this heat into attacks, letting them unleash fiery punches, kicks, and burning hot sand.
I wouldn't have it any other
Incineroar
way.
can really go out there with their moveset with bug-type moves like Leech Life, which steals
there's the
health
track
from their
again.
opponent. Among all of these attacks, though, is potentially the coolest move in Incineroar's repertoire, their signature attack, Malicious Moonsault. By synergizing with their trainer, Incineroar leaps up into the air and body slams back onto the ground, creating a massive fiery explosion.
I don't think
All
he
of
can
these
use it,
abilities
though,
pile
if he
together
doesn't
to
have
make
the
one
stone
heck of a champion.
needed for it.
Incineroar is unique in that he can pose a serious threat to anybody who steps in the ring, regardless of their power level. In fact, Pokemon generally as a franchise is uniquely skilled in this regard, being able to take on enemies that would otherwise be way beyond a different fighter's ability. And this is only augmented when you consider the fact that a fully leveled and optimized Incineroar has likely had thousands of would-be challengers as they've beaten. At the end of the day though, Incineroar just wants to fight their hardest and put on a good show for the crowd for the pure love of fighting. And beneath all of this fiery exterior, Incineroar really can be incredibly kind and thoughtful, and apparently, according to the Pokedex, is particularly good with kids. But while they might have a soft spot for children, Incineroar is sure to bring the heat against any challenger brave enough to face them in the ring. With all that said, now that our fighters have been analyzed, it's time for our fight.
Alright.
And I'm happy to say that we asked to partner up with PETA to sponsor today's episode. But for some reason, they ignored us. So today's episode is brought to you by our patrons. If you like what we're doing here and want to support us, continue checking us out over there and sending a few dollars our way each month to help
I
keep
know
the
that
series going.
Incineroar's got
With that
like,
said,
all the
though, let's take a
status
look at our
effects,
fight and figure out
I
who will
think
be
Wolf just
eliminated
has
and who will
a
move
wider
on to the
variety
next
of weapons
round of
to
the Smash
use,
bracket.
and like the
Let's
fact
get
that
into
he
it.
can affect a whole planet, universe. And plus, he also just seems like a smarter fighter too. Whereas, you know, Incineroar is just a wild animal. So,
Welcome all to the fight night of the century, folks.
We've certainly got a real ruckus of attackers on our hands tonight. Folks, I can't believe what I'm seeing, but
Poor
this
game.
appears to be an entirely one-sided fight.
I'll take a big one. Oh, yes.
What a devastating blow by Incineroar!
oh no! All the best battles start with food
Down
being
goes
destroyed.
Hibiki! There you have it, folks. That makes this round's winner our undefeated champion. The fight, the flamboyant,
Mario.
ferocious Incineroar! Has anyone challenged this powerful Pokemon? Ooh, a shot to the chest! Literally.
Wow. That's not
Another
appropriate.
Pokemon wants a shot at the challenger.
Do you know how far I had to fly to get that drink? You're lucky I don't blow you to pieces right here.
Hold on to your seats, folks. It appears we're in for a real fight tonight.
Here we go. Fight!
Never thought I'd miss the bars on Corneria. Well, your funeral.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Go!
And they're off to the races, folks. It appears the champion is going for a fire punch. But it seems this challenger is no stranger to combat.
Oh boy.
My! That attack from Incineroar has left the challenger appallingly flat.
Splat is his character arc.
Can barely contain my excitement, folks. This is really starting to get interesting. It appears both challengers have exited the ring.
Soda Popinski, hello.
Hold this for me, will you?
Up.
That
What is-
cannot be legal.
Oh, what an ass.
You want some?
Up. Oh, hi, Nintendo.
I will spend good money just to get rid of him and put him in my own drink. So then you can buy your own damn drink.
That's not right. How will Incineroar answer?
I've had enough of you.
Things are really heating up.
Alright. Sword dance, baby.
What?
Really hammer knocker from the challenger. What will the challenger do next? Wait, are those grenades?
Uh-oh.
Weakling.
And Incineroar uses Torment.
What the heck?
It seems seems that gun is no longer effective.
Well then, let's call in the cavalry.
Ah,
I am starting to question the legality of this matchup, folks. Can the champion bounce back from this?
woo! Incineroar, let's go!
But it appears the challenger has pulled out a rifle. Ooh, I hope this building is readily insured. It seems we may have underestimated our challenger. It's super effective. Everyone remain calm. This is all part of the plan.
Yeah,
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. Whoa.
All right, looks like it's my turn.
That's not right.
You're choking. Oh, I'm so scared.
Oh God.
That's nice.
Holy crap.
Oh, that should cover the cost of my gun.
What an ass.
All right, yeah. We're definitely never going to get that PETA sponsorship now. This battle ended up being a landslide
Trust me, you didn't need it.
victory in Wolf's favor, whether he was inside or outside his ship. Not only did Wolf have a massive advantage in nearly every single category, but his
Wow.
battle experience and aggression made it all the more likely for him to execute on a winning strategy right from the start.
I really like this end screen. Nice.
While calculating the speed that Wolf himself needed to move around while piloting his Wolfen across
I'm guessing
the Lilac
Robin
system,
versus
even moderate
Rosalina
calculations
is
have him
next.
moving
That's-
millions of times
that's what I'm
faster than
going with.
Incineroar. His best attack
Jeez.
also hits millions of times harder than Incineroar's, and he can withstand far more than Incineroar's ever even come close to dishing out. While Incineroar did have a lot of
Oh my
fighting
God.
experience, most of that experience would be under the official league rules of Pokemon and the etiquette within that world as well. None of their experience would translate super well to fighting an outlaw
Etiquette
like Wolf.
for a
Now,
heel.
Incineroar did admittedly have a way to take Wolf out of the fight with status effects like poison or burning, which would totally bypass Wolf's massive durability. But when this option is put into the context of Wolf's sheer speed and power, it's just not realistic to expect this of Incineroar. They could technically kill Wolf in the same way that a Black Widow spider could technically kill a Navy SEAL. Sure, it's possible, but when both fighters are giving it their all, the chances of Incineroar coming out on top are astronomically small.
I love analogies.
Incineroar could maybe work his way around Wolf's best stats one at a time with moves like Quash, which would ensure that Incineroar could still act first regardless of speed, but any meaningful stat equalization would require many different moves in order to be set up successfully. Not to mention that this would all need to be done while contending with Wolf's lethal aggression and deadly arsenal. It would just be far too much for our little fire cat to handle.
Aw.
With all of these obstacles in their way, combined with the
Still
fact
love you,
that Wolf is
Incineroar.
one of the best fighters in a galaxy full of great fighters, there's just no chance that Incineroar would ever be able to come close to taking this battle a majority of the time. When all is said and done, Wolf O'Donnell is the winner and will be moving on to the next round of the Smash Bracket.
Congrats, boy.
Next time on the Smash Bracket.
Ooh. Oh, We Fit Trader
We Fit Trainer
versus.
versus
How are they gonna do that? That is ridiculous. I'm actually very curious how that's gonna work. So, oh, that's very nice. Some rather familiar voices on display here. So, and good job, everyone. There was all. Oh, Omega, great job to you too, man. I didn't even realize you were working on this one too. He did Elsa versus Frozone. You guys should check that one out. So, yeah, I enjoyed this. I feel like overall it was a very enjoyable fight. There were points where it kind of ground to a halt a little bit. at certain parts, like when Incineroar stopped to make an autograph, and like sometimes it could be a little hard to understand what the voices were saying, but overall I really enjoyed the choreography and the physics and the way they bounced off each other, and Incineroar's personality was a lot of fun, and Wolf was a very snarky and just had a very devil-may-care attitude the whole time, and I enjoyed that a lot as well. So yeah, pretty great stuff overall, and I am very curious to see what the heck they do next time, how they interpret those characters, because Wii Fit Trainer, she's literally just a normal person. So we'll see. So thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you all enjoyed the video as much as I did, and be sure to stay tuned for the next video. Take care.